Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
I'm making this update in light of the recent news that 051 Melly has been identified as the killer of two of his closest friends from Jaro City, a story that's honestly shocking. I'll also touch on President Trump sending troops into Chicago and what potential consequences that could have. On top of that, I'll discuss the latest updates regarding Lil Durk and the charges he's facing. Enjoy. First up, the news about 051 Melly and that he allegedly backdoored two of his close friends from Jaro City. The story surfaced on Sharakology, where CPD reportedly listed him as a suspect in the murders of Motor and Side. Both Motor and Side were shot and killed on January 3, 2019, making them the first homicide victims of that year. The double shooting happened just before 1 p.m. in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood on the south side. According to police, someone opened fire on a gray Dodge Avenger in the 5000 block of South Indiana. The driver was hit in the chest, and the front seat passenger was struck in the face. Marcus Clark, known as Side, and Wilbert Morris, known as Motor, both 25, were pronounced dead at the scene, according to police and the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. Ever since the murders, there have been rumors that members of THF 46, 600, or Blackgate were behind it. Early on, Memo from 600 was the first name rumored to be involved, which later turned out to be false. When Gino from THF 46 was killed, people from Jaro City and STL started posting tributes to Motor and Side, making many believe that Gino and THF were responsible for the double murder. From that point on, the speculation quieted down. Most people accepted the idea that Gino was behind it. That was until recently. Just a few days ago, CPD officially listed 051 Melly as the suspected killer, which came as a huge shock to anyone who follows the drill scene closely. Melly and Motor were extremely close. They had put in work together, partied together, and were often seen hanging out playing cards. Their bond was what connected Jaro City and 051 Young Money in the first place. What's crazy is that rumors about Melly backdooring Jaro members, specifically Motor and Side, actually started circulating back in 2021, 2 years after the murders. At the time, people laughed it off, and honestly, for good reason, no one really believed it. Even now, it's still hard to wrap your head around. It's kind of similar to the rumor about King Von being behind the death of Chief Keef's cousin, Blood Money from Front Street. I first heard that from an O-Block resident in 2021 while I was working on the King Von story, and when it resurfaced later, people dismissed it again. I still don't completely believe it, but after this recent news, it's starting to sound a lot more possible. This wouldn't be the first time Melly was accused of backdooring someone. Back in June 2017, he allegedly set up Lord from Pocket Town, someone he was actually very close to. According to rumors, his uncle, G Slim from NLMB, who was one of their leaders, supposedly paid him to do it. That makes me think that at some point, Melly may have started doing hits for money, and that he could have been paid to kill Motor and Side while blaming THF for it. That might also explain why members of Jaro and STL were posting Motor and Side when Gino died. Melly could have told them THF was responsible. What's even crazier is that Zoo actually hinted at this during the infamous livestream where both he and Melly appeared. At one point, Zoo mentioned that Melly should backdoor some of his guys, but the comment was quickly brushed off and never brought up again.
You the man.
I ain't that though.
You the man.
You want me on your side? You want me on your side?
Huh?
You want me on your side?
No, I don't need you on my side. That's what I want you.
You don't need me on your side?
I'm gonna be with your ass, be damn, boy. I don't need you on my side. I'm gonna check out easy. Every individual that you on with got their ass smoked. That's your word.
Hey, that ain't my word.
But you be getting everybody hurt.
So what you trying to say? I wasn't there. If I was there, it wouldn't go on like that. If I was there, it wouldn't happen.
Right.
If I was there, it wouldn't go on. If I was there, it wouldn't go on. You can say one person, and I wasn't there. I was in the bushes pissing.
You lying, bro. You know I know you lying.
What situation? You just say one person I was there.
No, bro, we getting recorded, bro. You know that. I'm not gonna say no name. You know what's going on.
However, even though the CPD has mentioned Melly as the suspect, it has not been confirmed that he killed Motor and Side. Such misunderstandings can happen all the time. It could just as well be that Melly was in the car with Motor and Side when they were shot and shot back and therefore was charged with the murder. I have seen several examples of this, such as when G Moody from NLMB was charged with the murder of G Slim after he shot back at the shooters. It has not been confirmed that Melly really killed Motor and Side, but given his history of backdooring Lord from Pocket Town, it's actually very possible. Maybe that is why Melly never started rapping. Maybe he just killed people for money instead. Melly is gone, as everyone knows, so we'll probably never get the full story. However, according to the dude who broke the news, an CPD report is expected to drop next week. If that report includes details like a motive or background, then we might be able to tell whether it could be true or not. But if it only states that he's listed as a suspect, it'll be much harder to know how accurate it really is. We'll just have to wait and see what comes out next week. Okay, now we move our focus to Durk and the latest news about the trial and federal investigation against him, where a lot has come out recently. According to several reports, prosecutors are now claiming that Durk actually ordered hits on members of his own O-Block crew, people who, according to him, didn't retaliate for King Von's death. Court documents cited by Hot New Hip Hop and Kirko say that Durk allegedly sent out a message saying "I'm finna pipe it up" in a group chat with Booney Mo and Dada, referring to O-Block who did not do enough to get revenge for Von, according to OTF. Booney Mo allegedly replied that it was green light and that he was putting it together with no phones. Prosecutors claim they have a witness who will testify that these weren't just words, that Durk really gave out orders and that people around him were pressured to act on them. His lawyer, Drew Findling, has strongly denied those claims, saying that the indictment doesn't say when, where, how, or to whom Durk supposedly gave these orders, and that there's no evidence showing he personally participated in any act of violence. The hearing for the motion to dismiss is scheduled for November 18th, and the full trial is currently set for January 2026. The new accusations also tie into the earlier case, where Durk is accused of orchestrating a 2022 plot in Los Angeles targeting Quando Rondo. According to AP News, federal investigators allege that Durk financed the operation, arranging flights, cars, and weapons through members of his Chicago-based crew OTF. They also claim he used encrypted messages and even promises of money and record deals to push people to carry out his orders. The pipe it up text is expected to be a key piece of evidence, as prosecutors believe it directly connects him to the violent intent behind the case. Things got even more chaotic in Durk's case when prosecutors revealed that while he was in custody, he was caught with a cell-enabled Apple Watch that he allegedly tried to destroy as investigators moved to seize it. According to the court filing, rather than accept responsibility, the defendant allegedly obstructed the investigation by attempting to damage and/or destroy the communications device. This raised immediate suspicions that he may have been trying to hide or erase incriminating messages connected to the ongoing federal probe. Around the same time, the situation outside the courtroom escalated when reports surfaced that fans of Durk had sent multiple threatening messages to both the judge and the prosecutor handling the case. One voicemail to a U.S. magistrate judge said, "If they get life, I'm gonna burn this mother for down. Burn it to the ground. It's not a game, BH." Another message directed at Assistant U.S. Attorney Ian Yaniello warned, "Free Durk, or we gonna shoot that mother for up." These incidents led prosecutors to file a request for an anonymous jury, arguing that the risk of intimidation was too high to ignore. Durk's defense team, however, insists that none of these actions can be tied directly to him and that there's no evidence showing he ordered or encouraged any of it. But the Apple Watch incident and the threats have clearly made the court take the case even more seriously. That last part is honestly insane. I can't believe fans would go this far, sending threats to judges and prosecutors like that's somehow going to help Durk's case. It's wild how much people care, even to the point where they're literally risking jail time just to defend him online or over the phone. It's one thing to be a fan of someone's music, but this goes way beyond that. The upcoming trial, set for January 2026, will focus heavily on the 2022 Beverly Center gas station shooting, which the feds claim Durk ordered. According to the Department of Justice, surveillance footage, phone records, and financial transactions allegedly link him to coordinating the hit, with investigators saying he financed the trip, supplied the weapons, and arranged transportation for the shooters. Prosecutors described the attack as a targeted ambush that left one man dead and several bystanders in danger. They believe it was part of a larger pattern of retaliatory violence connected to Durk's circle. His legal team denies all involvement, calling the evidence circumstantial and the allegations built on assumptions, not facts. The court will decide in the coming months whether the case moves forward to a full federal trial. Now we turn instead to President Trump and his decision to send troops into Chicago and what it could mean for the city, especially for the gang and drill scene that Chicago built. Trump announced that around 150 federal agents from the U.S. Marshals, ATF, and Homeland Security will be deployed under Operation Legend, with the goal of reducing shootings, drug trafficking, and illegal gun activity. In his own words, Trump said, "We will not stand by and watch this bloodshed continue. We will protect the great people of Chicago." Federal officials claim the mission isn't about taking over local policing but about supporting the Chicago Police Department with intelligence, resources, and manpower. Many residents and business owners in the city actually welcome the move, hoping that it might finally slow down the rising number of homicides and bring some peace to neighborhoods that have been suffering for years. On the other hand, critics, including Mayor Lori Lightfoot, say that this could increase tensions between law enforcement and the community if not handled carefully. So it's really split. Some see it as necessary help, others as political theater. Either way, the impact will be huge. If the feds manage to bring down crime numbers, it could change how cities handle gang violence nationwide. But if things go wrong or escalate, it could deepen mistrust and push the streets further underground and damn near create a civil war between police and members in Chicago. However, I don't see that happening, and if it did, the members would get destroyed and it would make Trump look bad, so that is not very likely. The first wave of federal agents under President Trump's Operation Legend has already hit Chicago, and the impact is being felt across the city. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, over 500 arrests have been made, with charges ranging from firearms offenses to drug trafficking and carjackings. These arrests are part of a broader initiative aimed at reducing violent crime and enhancing public safety. However, the operation has not been without controversy. Tensions between federal agents and local law enforcement have surfaced, particularly following incidents where federal vehicles were rammed by suspects. In one case, a suspect was shot and wounded after allegedly attempting to ram a federal agent's vehicle. Chicago Police Superintendent Larry Snelling emphasized that such actions are considered deadly force and that law enforcement is prepared to respond accordingly. There was also an incident where CPD officers were sprayed with pepper spray. The cooperation between federal agents and the Chicago Police Department, CPD, has been a subject of discussion. While there have been joint operations leading to significant arrests, some local officials have expressed concerns about the federal presence in the city. The CPD declined to participate in a public announcement of the arrests, citing political reasons. In summary, while Operation Legend has led to numerous arrests and is seen by some as a necessary measure to combat crime, it has also raised questions about the balance between federal intervention and local autonomy in law enforcement. The coming weeks will likely reveal more about the long-term effects of this operation on Chicago's streets and its communities.
They'll throw you in the fire! They'll throw you in the fire too! Understand? They just tear gas you! They don't give a fuck about you either! Why you protecting them?
Come on, man.
Today it's us! Tomorrow it's you!
Come on, man. Y'all, you know that was fucked up. Y'all know that was fucked up. Y'all know that was fucked up.
Garcia! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
We're gonna go this way and then we'll
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Y'all don't get, none of us get paid enough for this.
Hey, it's time to get up!
Job
Get up
and
now!
arrest ICE!
Wake up!
They shot a Chicagoan
Wake
today!
up.
Arrest ICE!
Wake up! Wake up!
There you go. You got Cook County sheriffs doing traffic stops. That's the time inside of our city. You see that? Look at how many you got. You got 1, 2, 3. You got 4. You got how many sheriffs you got there? You got 1, 2, 3, 4. See that there? You got a bunch of sheriffs there doing police work inside of the city of Chicago. See that there? There you go. Sub X News, that's the time.
Back up, back up, back up! Where's your ID badge? Badge number! Name your badge! Name your badge! Name your badge!
Terrorizing communities. Terrorizing communities. Terrorizing communities. Shame. 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 Fucking bullying.
Bitch. Hey, enjoy that. Suck my dick, you fucking hoe. Fuck you, bitch.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Let's roll, let's roll, let's roll.
Shame. 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 Shame.
Like water or something.
There's water in the trunk.
Get the fuck out of here.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Fuck you, hoe.
Don't. Shame. 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 Shame, shame, shame.
Excuse the keys.
Oh,
Y'all, they hopping out this bitch, y'all.
what the fuck?
He almost just whacked their ass.
Yeah, they just trying to get his ass.
Yeah, they trying to get my boy. He with us now. He black. Fuck, we ran with him.
When it comes to the shooters and known members, I haven't really seen anyone react publicly to the federal raids hitting the city. From what I can tell, most of them are probably just laying low, staying home until this blows over. If that holds, we'll likely see a temporary drop in violent crimes, but once the National Guard and ICE leave, things could easily go back to the same patterns. That's when Trump could claim he was right, that sending in troops and federal agents was necessary, and that Democrats aren't doing enough to control crime in the city. I'm not taking any side in this political chess game. I'm just recounting what's happening and what could realistically unfold. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe, and may God bless you all. Let me know what you want to see next.